Okay, thank you. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining our Dhamma talk in this GuanYin Qi. We are right now on slide 156, towards the end of the section that discusses Master Hsuan's explanation on how he taught his disciples. He taught them to look at GuanYin Bodhisattva as if she's their older brother, older sister. Okay, and I think we have a few more slides to go, and then we can go to the next section, right? Feel free to ask any questions. You should have it, but let me continue with this then. Okay, so each call you've been reciting to GuanYin Bodhisattva. It always means hello, elder brother. In return, GuanYin Bodhisattva, when you call her, say hello, younger brother. Okay, yeah, right. And if you look at it that way, then when you recite the Bodhisattva's name, you should even more sincere, chengxin, sincere, and you should also even more qinjie. Qinjie is not cordial. And again, I'm taking liberties against the Chinese language. Qinjie is more intimate to me, no? Intimate, not cordial. So the translation doesn't help. Qin is personal. Jie is, I don't know what jie means. Close, personal and close. Tangent line? Oh, jie I didn't know that. Thank you. Interesting. Okay, I learned something new today, so that's good enough for me. Okay, so it should be more intimate, okay? More how would you, what other words can we use? Anyway, dictionary, yes, one.
How about personable?
Personable. Yeah, I like that. Okay, very good. Another one?
Or familiar?
Familiar. Not just familiar. There's certain very closeness. Close. Yeah. Okay. Very good. So that's why recite as if she's someone very close to you. Okay. Yeah. And you recite, and it's like calling your own brother, sister, and saying, "Oh, sis, will you go play with me?" Control yourself, okay? There's a logic somewhere here I'm trying to get to. And go play what? He says. Go see an opera, which I doubt that's the case for those people. Watching a movie, more likely. Not about skiing or playing ball. Okay, go do something fun. Okay. And Master Hsuan says, "Yes, ma'am. 5."
Thank you, Master. The translation 看戏. It's better to be translated to go see a play.
See a play, yeah, go see a play, yeah.
Instead
That's
of
good.
opera. Opera is 歌剧.
Thank you. Agreed. Okay, 看戏 is go see a play. All right, very good. But Master Hsuan suggests that when you go play with GuanYin Bodhisattva, you make sure you go sit on a lotus and be born by transformation. Okay, 化身, born by transformation from the lotus. Okay, so look at the lotus sitting on top of the lotus and how wonderful it is. And that's the end of this thing, right? This section. Am I correct? Okay, very good. So, with all these maneuvers, he says, you should make it to the Pure Land, to Amitabha Buddha's Pure Land. You should be born on a lotus flower and by transformation. Okay? And it is a wonderful end to your beautiful life. Somehow the word beautiful comes to mind recently. Beautiful budget, beautiful mind. Okay? So, how do you feel about this? Now that you sophisticated people heard Master Shenhua's instructions, how do you feel? Yeah? Oh, brother. Yes, one.
Thank you, Master. I mean, absolutely, with all respect to great Master Shenhua and the path he was, the trail he was blazing in those early days. I think the way I would describe it is, it was a different time.
Different era, yes, absolutely. Very good. We are of the same mind. Thank you very much. It takes a Westerner to have the courage to voice his Westerner viewpoint, okay? And we appreciate it, don't we, Easterners? I mean, Asians. Okay, anyone else? How do you feel about this Dharma door of calling our brother, oh brother? Yes, Sister Victorina. 3.
Thank you, Master. I just can't see myself approaching Wanyin Bodhisattva by saying, "Hey, big sis, how you doing?"
Yeah, let's go play. Go see a play.
Yeah, let's go see a play. Let's
climb rocks. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's play in the sand. Let's, It was a different time. I agree with Peter.
Now I can see Master Z approaching Malaya and say, "Hey, sis, let's go to the playground and play." Would you like that? Okay. Anyone else? Yes, one.
Amitabha Master. It seems like a little startling because
Startling?
because it feels like I'm disrespecting GuanYin by seeing them as my family, but at the same time, it does strike something within me that maybe I shouldn't be so serious about it.
Not maybe serious about it?
Yeah, like
explain, please.
Like
that's
maybe
a new
it's okay.
Angle.
Maybe it's okay for me to ask GuanYin to go everywhere with me, or for me to rely on them like a big brother instead of like functionally a god.
I see. So you prefer the closeness, the intimacy versus the distance between you and the big sister.
Well, before I wouldn't have ever seen it like that. I wouldn't think it was respectful to.
And wasn't respectful.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have a problem with this?
If Master Shenhua says so.
Master Shenhua says so, therefore it's okay. Okay, go first.
Amitabha Master. I think I don't know how the original, but in Chinese, that Master Shunoy said that we call our Wanxin Bosa as our sister, but in Vietnam that we call her as mother. And I think when we are in trouble, or in my case, I call out to my mother. I have a sister also, but we are older in the family, so we normally take care of our sibling. And if it's something we cannot take it, then we call out to our mother to help. I never think that I can call out to my sister.
So when you're in trouble, you call mommy, mommy.
Yes.
I have a boo-boo.
My instinct, yeah, I think so.
I see, but you never call your sister.
I don't think I will.
Because your sister is younger than you. Suppose you have an older sister. Would you call her?
Older sister. I have an older sister.
Oh, yeah, the other one, the rich one, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, very smart, but if I cannot handle it, I don't think she can handle that either. So I call out to my mother.
Too much discrimination. Okay, yes, one. How do people in the South feel about this?
To me, the first thing I thought was it sounds like that hippie song, like "Smile on your brother, everybody get together," and so it doesn't make sense to me. So
it makes sense to you.
It doesn't make sense to me. So what makes sense is what you said last night about GuanYin scans the airwaves and helps everybody, and is watching over us. So that makes sense.
But you're biased. Anyone else? Huh? Okay. I find it interesting he chose to explain to her like a sister. Yes, in the back. Another perspective.
Master, I agree with Yong. In our culture, Vietnamese culture, usually even as a male, when we get in trouble, we usually call mom. And in Vietnam, they call mẹ quan âm. And a lot of us, when we call mẹ, we usually relate to GuanYin Bodhisattva as if she's our mom. And she provides protection and care. And it's like a place of refuge for us.
Okay, very good. So in a Vietnam culture, you don't call your daddy? When you're in trouble, you call mommy?
Yeah, she was very well known to be called Mẹ Quan Âm.
Well, because she's female. But suppose that she appears like the way she looks at the city 10,000 Buddha Hall. I more look at her like, hello, daddy.
Master, in that way, I feel that it helps. We don't have sexual desire arise when we look at the female form in that way. So it can help us.
You don't have sexual desire of female form anyway. What are you talking about? Sorry. I mean, you peer.
I look at the man.
Never mind. Let's not go there. Yes. Ocho.
So I don't speak for Mexican people or Mexican Americans.
We all know that.
Okay. Well, I hear your point, Master, but when I first heard it, before you interpreted it or digested it for us, broke it down, I really liked it because personally, I don't love anybody like I love my brother.
You drove all the way down here, from San Jose to down here, to participate in this, to contradict me?
I'm just giving my opinion.
Okay. Continue.
Yeah, so I just feel it resonated with the way I feel about my brother, especially one brother, I guess. And I'm always ready to just help him out, connect with him. So it just made sense to me. I'm just ready to help him out, just like GuanYin is to us.
Okay, very good. From a non-Hispanic perspective. Okay, anyone else? Okay. The reason I'm bringing it up is because I find it hard to swallow this personally. Where I came from, the way I learned Buddhism, Mahayana in particular, for me to look at GuanYin Bodhisattva, to be taught to look at her like my sister, it is something lacking there in this Dharma door. There's something lacking in the practice. Okay? If you look at her like mother, I can live with that. It's a little better for me. But to look at her like my sister, like the San Jose guy said, he looked at his sister and said, if I can't figure it out, you can't figure it out either, man. But you don't say that to your mother, do you? Right? You don't say, hey, if I can't figure out Mom, there's no way you can figure it out. Yes, 3.
Just for example, like if you were to ask Christian and ask about their God, I don't think they will ever say, hey, brother, or hey, sister. And then GuanYin Bodhisattva is, a lot, has a more power than Christian God. And then calling her as a brother or sister, I think there's a problem.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand. I fail to see where he's going. Okay, it's kind of weird to me. Yes, JC.
Good evening, Master.
Good evening.
제가 오늘 너무 자주 들리는 것 같습니다만 그 화면에 우리 보라 선언하고 보산사에서 가신 분들이 얼굴이 보여가지고 아주 기분이 좋습니다. 그리고 어제 그 선화상인 말씀 중에 관세음보살님을 형님이라고 불러도 좋다. 그래서 형님한테 좀 묻고 싶은 게 있어가지고 지금 소위 말세라고 해서 여기저기 불만들이 많고 충돌이 많은데 우크라이나도 그렇고 이스라엘도 그렇고 LA도 그런데 우리 형님이 요즘 바쁘셔가지고 쳐다보지를 못하시는지 관심이 없으신지 형님은 형님대로 할 일이 있을 것 같은데 이런 상황에서 우리 개인이 할 수 있는 어떤 기도라든가 염원이라든가 어떤 미력한 힘을 보탤 수 있을 건지 그런 아이디어가 있으면 좀 조언해 주시기 바랍니다. 감사합니다.
Sangwixine, we cannot hear you.
Hello?
Master, these days there are so many conflicts in LA and Ukraine, and then GuanYin Busa, our brother, is so busy, and then he cannot take care of this situation. So in this conflict situation, is there something that I can do as a individually.
Okay, hang on to that thought. Okay, let me finish my talk there first. Here's my problem. Okay, I really fail to understand where he's going and why he did it. Maybe I had to be there to understand who was there and that's prompted him to teach them this way. But for me, I would never do it this way. I don't care who you are. Why not? It's because I want to instill in you a sense of respect for what GuanYin stands for. And if I teach you to look at GuanYin as my sister, even your mother, to me, it's still not enough. Because what GuanYin stands for is so lofty, so virtuous, so wonderful, that it cannot be diminished. I would never do anything to diminish it. You know, we're doing a GuanYin Qi here, and look at how much work, efforts we put into it. You know, they rehearse this thing for weeks, and there are like 5, 6 of them. You know, we truck them down here, and then we feed them. All these left home people, and they fought each other, but they present a united front of you and so forth, we took so much time and we worked so hard to make it as smooth as experience as possible for you, because we don't want to be in the way of your experiencing GuanYin Dharma door. It's a wonderful Dharma door. Okay? Because what she's doing is so lofty, it is so noble, that exactly the spirit of this Dharma door, I want you to have that kind of mindset, and you recite her name, because her name stands for virtue, stands for nobility, stands for loftiness, stands for superior. Okay? Unlike us. So therefore, to somehow bring her down to our level, I struggle with that personally. Because for you to really benefit from this Dharma door, you need to have the mind of respect and our appreciation. You know, she worked so hard to become who she is today. Okay? And that deserves respect. It deserves veneration. If you tell me that, you know, someone so-and-so, Gandhi, is able to sit there, meditate, and fly to you to help you get out of trouble, save you from a suffering, make you feel better every single time you call out to Gandhi, that Gandhi person deserves my respect. I would never dare think of him as my brother. I would never dare teach you to think of him as daddy even. To me, it doesn't make sense. I don't get this. That's why I asked for your opinion. I simply fail to understand his approach. Because to me, the GuanYin Bodhisattva is an inspiration. It's an aspiration, because she's so lofty up there. Unless I look up to her, unless I admire her, unless I venerate her, if you do that, it's much harder, much easier for me to ascend to her level. Does it make sense? Like if you are teaching someone, and you say, hey, buddy, we are friends, aren't we? I want you to know I'm your best friend. You're missing out on the lack of respect, or lack of aspiration for that person to see that they should aspire to elevate themselves, to be at your level. That's part of Mahayana, folks. That we're learning about these beings who are so superior, who are so wonderful, way beyond anyone you can think of. And they taught so many people, including Master Shenhua, who also used to pray to her and cultivated her mantras and so forth. And that's how he got his level. He recited the Great Compassion mantra. That's how he became enlightened. Okay? He owes her so much. You think that he really himself thinks of her as his sister? Hell no. I don't think so. So I feel that he has his reasons. I will not question his reasons. He's very wise, and he has his reasons for doing it. But for me, I want you to understand my perspective. I think the practice as a Dharma door requires us to have a very respectful mind for the superior being, that I want you to hopefully someday be like me, or I aspire to be like her. Okay? That's in the most sincere form of praise, because I admire her. I'd like to one day be able to be like her and go and help living beings when they're in trouble. Okay? And do it continually. Even though they abuse you, you still come and help them. Like the old monk, he used to abuse GuanYin Bodhisattva. Say, GuanYin, help me! GuanYin, help me! She kept on coming. And after he got so used to it, like he said last night, he went on strike. So she pretended to be another monk to teach him. You see, that's the spirit we're talking about. It's so beautiful. You don't give up. You keep on helping and helping and helping. This is the mark of a superior person. I would never dream of looking at that person as my peer or my relative, as my brother, my sister, my mother, my daddy. That's demeaning to me. Okay? This is such a role model for us to try to aspire to reach that level. Instead of bringing her down, let's raise her level. That's what this GuanYin Dharma door is about. It's not to bring her down. I disagree with this spirit. We should be loftier ourselves, just like her. Bring ourselves to her standards, not bring her down to our standards. Okay? It's okay to applaud. Settle down. Yes, JC.
저 마스터 말씀 너무 감사드리고요. 그런데 저는 이 선화상인의 법문을 들으면서 떠올렸던 게, 법화경에는 이제 3개의 불타는 집에서 아이들을 구하기 위해서 부처님께서 그 아이들에게 아이들의 관심을 끌만한 장난감을 주어서 그들을 불타는 집에서 일단 나오게 했다라는 그 내용이 있는데, 선화상인의 법문이 그와 비슷한 방법을 쓴 것이 아닌가라는 생각이 들거든요. 그래서 마스터께
저의 의견을 말씀드립니다.
Thank you for your teaching. When I heard this Master Shanna's Dharma, I think about the Lotus Sutra. In the sutra, in the burning house, the children play, and then to save the children, the Buddha gave toys to children and then saved them. So Master Shanna's Dharma is similar to that. That's my opinion.
Good point. Thank you. But in that example, the Buddha was trying to bring the children out of danger. So he fooled them. What I'm hoping for to this Dharma door here, because you have a lot more wisdom than the small children, that we're doing this in order to unfold our Buddha wisdom. Therefore, there's a formula for it, and that is profound respect. Okay? Unless you have profound respect for GuanYin Bodhisattva, you're going to struggle with this Dharma door, I assure you. And those who can go further with this Dharma door is because they're more respectful. Their respect, their appreciation is so much more profound than the others. One day you see. Because I see a lot of people practicing this Dharma door. That's why I see a huge difference. Okay? Difference is in respect. Okay? And I like to remind you that this is so fundamental to how you teach your children. You teach your children to be respectful and more respectful. Very much like I teach you to be more and more respectful. Okay? The more you have wisdom, the more respectful you become, not less. Okay? Look, when GuanYin Bodhisattva, who at a long, long time ago was the son, I told you, is the prince, one of the 10 princes of Amitabha Buddha, who was an emperor back then. Okay? And after all this time of cultivating, she became a Buddha. Did she think that she's the same as Amitabha Buddha? She came back and said, I'm your disciple. The respect never goes away. Even after you become a Buddha. Actually, you become even more respectful. I don't know what the Buddha is like. As the way I imagine it is that he's got to be even more respectful than I am towards GuanYin Bodhisattva. Okay? That's a difference, folks. Enough of this brotherly love. Yes, 3.
Thank you, Master. We have some comments in regards to GuanYin Bodhisattva, and then we have a question. Brady says, doesn't familiarity breed an intimate closeness where words and thoughts can be well understood? If you are present to someone intimately, your ideas and thoughts may be better understood.
Are there more comments, or you want me to respond to that, or what are you trying to do? What are you hoping?
I'm not trying to do anything. I'm just sharing with you their comments. There's somebody here, Xialing is the name. Amitabha, I work in pharmacy in SH, which I don't know what that is, in SH for 8 years. And I got laid off a month ago. The job application is not promising, and I got an MBA offer in Germany. Should I accept the offer or apply for other jobs?
Oh, okay. I think I should talk it offline, okay, because it's a personal thing.
Okay, thank you, Master.
This decision should be a personal decision. It's not meant for public consumption. Okay?
Okay.
Anyone else? That's it?
We're done. Thank you.
Okay. As a reply to, as a comment about the first commentary, it's not about intimacy, it's about respect. It's not about understanding. It's about developing your wisdom. And you cannot develop your wisdom. You can not go very far unless you have more respect and admiration for what she's done and what she's still doing. And that's being intimate, being familiar, being close to her will not help you. Okay? It's my personal experience. There's a clear separation. We are so low. We are so inferior. We shouldn't even dream of thinking we can be close to her, we can be her relative. We basically are her parasites. Be more humble. Okay? Know your limitation. Know where you are. Your status right now in the ladder of cultivation is very, very low. Very low rung. She's way up there. She's at the top rung, and we're so low down here. Forget about intimacy. Forget about familiarity. Forget about closeness. Baloney. Okay? It's a lot of hard work for you to climb from this low rung to all the way up there, and requires respect. Because unless you respect how difficult it is, how hard it is, how wonderful it is once you get up there, you will not make it. Be careful. It's not about being friendly here. Okay? You have to aspire. You have to recognize someone who's far better than you, so much loftier than you, so that you can aspire to reach that level. If you don't do that, you will never get there. Anyone else? Yes, ma'am.
A Di Đà Phật, thưa thầy, when we recite the GuanYin name today, and when we recite the fast one, and I try to do it, but somehow the last minute I cannot catch up with Venerable. So is it okay that I just quiet and listen to her and let the thought, her sound that run into my mind?
Yeah. Do it like here. Oh, brother, 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 where art thou? Yeah, it works. It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And let me go back to the point I was trying to make. Especially when you teach children, it's the same principle. Let me explain this to you and see if you can see it clear from the kid's perspective. You teach your kid to be respectful towards everyone. It's very important for you to reinforce that, to instill that in all of them. Okay? Look for opportunity to instill that in them. Okay? Here's what's going to happen with your kids. If your kids, they say, but daddy, is something wrong with him? Or daddy, he's a servant. Or daddy, we are nobility. He's just a commoner. Okay? They have so many excuses to justify their bad attitude, their disrespectful attitude. If that's the case, they will never learn from that person. My point being that unless you look at someone with respect, you will not be able to see his or her superior traits, so her strengths, if you will. Does it make sense to you? Because if I look at you and say, so low. That's my problem. I say, so low. And I walk all day, low. I can learn nothing from you at all. But when I look at you and say, low, but it's okay. Low, but interesting. Low, but have Buddha nature. It's the Buddha nature that helps me restore my respect for you. At least I'm struggling. Okay? I have a reason to struggle, to be more respectful towards you. This is when you learn. But if you look down upon them, you never learn anything from anyone else. That's my experience. It's so fundamental, folks. Our parents never taught us this. This is why when you grow up and we think we're better than, Vietnam's better than China. China is better than Korea. Okay, Korea is better than Vietnam. It's a lot of nonsense. Okay? It's a lack, fundamentally, there's a lack of respect. And we fail to instill respect in our children. That's a big handicap, folks. I see royalties, for example, in Europe. I look at them and say, oh my God, you look at us like inferior, and you just have to put up with us. They don't realize I understand them at all. I look at them and say, oh my God, this is how you look at us? And you're supposed to be my future king? Supposed to be my queen? I'm supposed to look up to you? I don't aspire to be like you at all. Yes, DTT.
마스터 말씀하신 대로, 그러니까 하다못해 마스터 XC께도 제가 오빠나 아빠라고 부르기가 어려운데 관세음보살님께 아빠라고 부르는 건 저도 좀.
Very good. Okay. No scheming. You hear? Okay.
Master, even to Master XC, it's very hard to call him brother or daddy. So how can I call to GuanYin Buddha to call brother and daddy?
그다음에 제 질문은 마스터께서 사람을 존경하라고 하셨는데 사람을 존중하는 것과 일을 망치는 것 중에 선택을 해야 될 때도 일을 망치고 사람을 존중해야 되는지가 질문이에요.
So Master said to respect people. If I choose between respect and then let him mess up, what should I choose?
For you personally, you should use respect as principle number 8.
그러니까 기본적으로 존중하는데 이게 그 사람의 선택 때문에 전체적으로 일이 망칠 때도 그 사람을 존중하고 일을 망치게 둬도 된다는 말씀이시죠?
So fundamentally, I respect people.
There's kind of argument going on here.
But if because of him, the work doesn't work and it become mess up, but should I still respect him?
No, you don't have to. It's too complicated. Just run away. Just give up like you usually do. You say, I can't work with you. I'm out of here. And you call your husband and say, husband, you love me? He said, yeah. Take care of this person for me. Does it help? Don't answer that. Okay. Okay. Anyone else? Yes, 9. The Hispanics person who's not speaking for Hispanics.
How do we get more respect, admiration for GuanYin? For example, right now in the Qi, we're reading Chinese. My Chinese isn't good yet, so I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to concentrate, and I'm trying to be respectful.
Look at what she stands for. She brought this great compassion mantra to our world to help us. Does not that deserve respect? She has so many disciples who are enlightened by practicing her Dharma doors. There's a Dharma door I haven't taught you yet. But I taught you before 2 hands and eyes. Where do you think it comes from? There's a meditation, a chant Dharma door called GuanYin Dharma door. I haven't transmitted to you yet. She's just a superior being. It's a different class of being. Do you respect Buddha? You don't respect Buddha either. You and Jumi should have a talk.
Why? What? No.
Compare notes.
I respect Buddha. I just here goes the word that you're not gonna like. It doesn't feel personal sometimes because it's all in a foreign language. There's moments where I just automatically I'm really skeptical with everything except Buddhism for some reason. Just like you mentioned about yourself. So I just respect, but I didn't think about it like how you just mentioned it right now. So I don't.
Then rethink. Yes, DTT. See, this is a problem with the Western culture. You fraternize and you think you're the same. We're buddies and buddies. I think it's the biggest mistake you have when you treat younger people and more stupid people like your buddies. That's nonsense. If you're not respectful to me, I cannot teach you. This is one of the first things I look at you. I say, is he respectful? Is she respectful? Is he respectful? If they're not, I ignore you. You think I'm so eager to teach you? Not at all. Yes, the old abbot. Now, here's a disciple, GuanYin Bodhisattva.
A-di-đà Phật, thứ nhất là con chia sẻ cái tâm nguyện của con là con muốn giúp đỡ mọi người, giúp đỡ mọi người. Và con cũng muốn giúp đỡ bản thân con. Con muốn giúp đỡ mọi người. 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 Con muốn giúp
Tại sao Hòa Thượng kêu anh em với mấy người kia? Tại vì Hòa Thượng cũng như biết là qua đây cái xã hội này đó, người ta không có kính trọng đạo Phật nhiều. Mà nói như vậy để cho họ theo thôi, phương tiện thôi. Chứ tại sao mấy ông tăng mà phải mặc áo cà sa rồi mặc 2-3 lớp? Tại sao mấy đức giáo hoàng, mấy ông cha phải mặc áo thụng rộng ở trong nhà thờ? Là người ta tôn kính những cặp lớn hơn người ta. Có khi nào thấy ông cha mặc quần đùi không? Áo sung ba lá không? Đức giáo hoàng mặc sao? Tại sao? Họ kính Chúa. Cho nên theo kinh nghiệm của con á, cái phẩm Hổ Môn này con thuộc lòng hồi năm 78 tới bây giờ, trong tù á. Mình học mà mình đã cầm sách, mình đọc nó gặp nó quánh chết á, cho nên phải thuộc lòng, nó không lấy của mình được. Thì con rút ra kinh nghiệm giống thầy mới nói đó. Phẩm Hổ Môn tuy nó dài lắm, nhưng mà giải quyết chỉ ngắn thôi. Con người mình có tham dục, sân si, giận hờn, thuốc nào để trị nó? Đức Phật dạy mình là thường niệm cung kính Quan Thế Âm Bồ Tát. Nhớ rõ cái chữ là thường niệm cung kính Quan Thế Âm Bồ Tát. Đó là cái password đó. Nó giải quyết hết cho chúng ta. Còn niệm mà kiểu lơ là, mà kiểu mà ngạo mạn, arrogant đó, thì không đi tới đâu hết. Tại cái ngã mình lớn quá, mình đâu có đủ cái phước mà hưởng cái pháp lợi đó. Càng cung kính thì phước báo nó càng lớn, càng đổi được cái tội của mình. Cái chìa khóa nó nằm ở chỗ đó đó. Quý vị đọc kỹ, ngày mai đọc kỹ là coi. Tới chỗ đó Đức Phật nói là nếu thiện nam tử, thiện nữ nhân thường nhiều tham dục, nhiều ngu si, nhiều giận hờn, thì phải thường niệm cung kính Quan Thế Âm Bồ Tát. Thì mấy cái đó nó tiêu. Chiều qua nay tôi nói với cô Jimmy đó, vấn đề của cô cũng vậy đó. Chẳng những niệm mà cô phải lại nữa, lại từ từ như exercise vậy đó, rồi từ từ nó tiêu. Chứ bây giờ cô hỏi hoài cô không có làm, nó không có tiêu đâu. Mà lại cách cung kính đó. Mình đừng có lại quá, nó mất sức mình, nhưng mình tập thể dục thôi. Từ từ tăng. Giờ tôi chia cho quý vị, tôi chia sẻ 2 câu chuyện thật. Là cách đây khoảng
I apologize, Master, because it's too long. I'm requesting to translate first. Amitabha, first of all, why is it Master Shenhua relate GuanYin Bodhisattva as our sibling brother? Is because when he came to this society, to America, he knows that a lot of people at that time does not bring forth the respect mind to Buddhism. So maybe he used that as just the skill and means to help them. Just like when we look around, why? So as a monk, we have to wear 2 or 3 layers of clothes. And even Catholicism, the Pope, they also wear 2 or 3 layers of clothes to inspire respect. Do you see anybody that go to the church that wear only a short and a short and sorry, I could not.
T-shirt, a T-shirt,
and just regular T-shirt to go to pay respect to the God. So when I study about Universal Law chapter, it's about 30 years ago when I was in prison. Even I myself has to memorize the sutra itself, because if the guards saw that I did so, they will beat me to death. So in the Universal Law chapter, it's very long, but I can condense it to this point, is for those who have a lot of anger, greed, hatred, and stupidity, the Buddha taught us that we have to constantly recite with the respectful mind to the name Guanyin Bodhisattva. This is the password that resolves our problem. But if you recite with our arrogant mind, does not go anywhere. The more respectful, the more blessing we can accrue, and it can grow bigger so that we can trade off our offenses. If you like, you can reread the sutra itself. there's a verse saying that if man or woman has a lot of desire, greed, anger, and stupidity, you can constantly recite GuanYin Bodhisattva with respectful mind. It will resolve the problem for you. And about the 2 minute problem, I taught her that she needs to bow to the Buddha, and gradually your problem will be eradicated. But you have to bow with a respectful mind, but don't bow too much because you can lose a lot of strength. And if you just talk about it, it won't resolve anything.
Dạ, hai thí dụ mà tôi gần đây nhất là năm 2011-12 tôi làm bên phía đông Vịnh nè, ở bên Berkeley nè. Thì có cái anh này, ảnh là người Đức, sinh năm 1972. Cha mẹ đang chờ tử hình death penalty tại tiểu bang Cali. Ảnh sống với người răng ba. Thì ảnh lang thang đi ăn cắp ăn trộm mấy cái tiệm này kia, rồi cuối cùng thì in tiền giả, in với 20 giả xài, tới mấy ngàn đô về bắt. Thì ở tù ra bị probation mới vô cái hãng của tôi làm, thì mấy giám thị mới giao nó cho tôi để dạy nó làm và huấn luyện nó. Thì cái giờ break time đó, tôi dạy nó niệm Quan Thế Vinh Busa. Mà cái anh này rất là có căn lành, là niệm, ảnh nói ảnh cảm giác rất là yên ổn, rất là thích thú. Thì lâu lâu anh rủ tôi niệm như vậy đó, chứ Nam Mô Quan Thế Vinh Busa thôi. Thì một bữa nào sáng thứ hai ảnh vào trong sở làm, ảnh gặp tôi, ảnh cười mà ảnh không nói. Ảnh nói rẻ quá, Tám ơi rẻ quá. Tôi hỏi what happened? Nó nói là hôm qua Chủ nhật đó nó vô bar, nó uống gần hết một chai Hennessy á. Thì nó ra top side, nó bị cảnh sát bắt. Nó vượt top side. Thì nó mang nỉ với cảnh sát là bây giờ tao đang probation, mày bắt tao đó, tao ở tù lại. Tao đang có good job, sao mày giúp giùm tao. Nhưng mà nó nói trong thời gian nó nói với cảnh sát như vậy đó, nó niệm thầm là Nam Mô Quan Thế Vinh Busa, I need help. Thì cảnh sát nói được rồi, tao phạt mày cái tội vượt top side thôi, $250 thôi. Chứ nếu mà uống rượu mà lái xe đó, con học traffic school nó có dạy đó, tiền mà luật sư, tiền giam xe rồi hết, mà cuối cùng lấy được cái xe lại là phải $10,000. Luật của Cali này nè, con học traffic school rồi. Thì nó nói rẻ là có $250 thôi. Thì bây giờ hỏi ra đó, con hỏi thăm về đó, thì nó cưới một cô Mỹ trắng, làm đi chào hàng cho cái hãng của con đó. Giờ hai người mà mua xe, mua nhà, ở với nhau luôn rồi. Từ một người tội đồ như vậy, gia đình tan nát hết như vậy, mà trở thành như vậy, nhờ niệm cái danh hiệu Bồ Tát Quan Âm. Và thứ hai, mới đây khoảng 5-6 tháng tôi tại Việt Nam, con có đứa cháu ruột, nó kêu con ông, mới có 8 tuổi à. Thì con nhỏ em con dạy nó niệm Quan Âm. Thì bữa nó đi học về nó nói bà Một ơi, bữa nay Linh dữ lắm rồi. Hỏi sao Linh? Con làm cái chuyện này là tày trời lắm, là tối nay là nát cái đít luôn. Con sợ quá sợ, con niệm Quan Âm. Thì hôm đó mẹ con chẳng những không đánh, nó quên, nó không đánh, nó còn cho con ăn hộp vịt lộn nữa. Mà Quan Âm hay quá, từ bi quá, từ bi. Thì quý vị thấy một đứa con nít cũng được hưởng, mà một người lớn cũng được hưởng. Từ cái password, cái Nam Mô Quan Thế Bồ Tát. Tôi rất là nhiều, tôi không nhớ nổi luôn á. Mà tôi chia sẻ với quý vị hai cái chuyện gần nhất đó. Thì thấy cái lợi lạc. Mà như thầy mình mới nói đó, cái chìa khóa là chỗ thường niệm cung kính, chứ không phải mà mình ngạo mạn mà Ngài giúp. Không phải Ngài không giúp, nhưng mà ngạo mạn không đủ cái phước để đổi cái nạn đó. Mình cung kính cái phước nó lớn hơn nó mới đổi nổi, chứ không phải Bồ Tát bỏ mình. Tôi xin hết.
Amitabha. So I have 2 examples. So I know a guy that living in the Bay Area, and he's German descent, and his mom and dad also in the death row, death penalty. So he live with his grandpa, but then he's going into bad route, and he bring counterfeit money, and he was spending those up to $1,000, and then he got caught, and he was in jail for a time, and when he came out, he was on probation, and he was going to my company so that I can teach and train him. So then during the break time, I also taught him how to recite GuanYin Bodhisattva's name, and he said that he felt very peace, and he really liked to recite the name. And then from time to time, I taught him to recite GuanYin with me. And so on Monday, he came to work with me, and he smiled at me, and then he said that it's very cheap. It was so cheap. And I asked him what happened. So he said that on weekends, he drank a whole bottle of Hennessy, and then he drive out, and the police caught him. So he was in the DUI, and he begged for the police not to report him, because if they do, then he will get back in jail immediately because he was on probation. So then he was asking the police, begging police for help, but then in his mind he recited GuanYin name and telling GuanYin that he need help. So then the police only give him a ticket for $250 for driving for the speed ticket. But if for stop sign, running over the stop sign. So what I know is in traffic school, if you get DUI, you have to pay $10,000, and you have to go to traffic school. So now he married with a white lady, and he have a car. He bought the car. He bought the house for himself. So you see, from the incarcerated, because reciting GuanYin's name, now he got everything that he had. Another example close by is 5 to 6 months ago. I have a little grandchildren, my relative. My sister taught her to recite GuanYin's name, and she came to my sister and say, "Auntie, great aunt number one. Today I received a very spiritual response." And so she said that she did a really bad thing, and she was thinking that her mom was gonna beat her up to death. But then somehow she recited GuanYin's name. Instead of beating her, her mom even making hộp vịt lộn, balut, and treat her well.
Embryo, yeah, that embryo.
Yeah, balut. So then there's a lot of story. I encounter a lot of spiritual response story from reciting GuanYin's name, and I just only could remember 2 stories can share with you. So the key point is to constantly recite with your respectful mind. If you recite with your arrogant mind, doesn't mean that she does not help you, but then with your arrogant mind, you don't have enough blessing to trade off with the offenses that you created. You need to be respectful so that you can trade off your offense. That's all.
Very good. Great stories. Thank you. Anyone has any question to the old abbot? Yes, go Forrest.
Hello, Master. Going back to Daniel's question, I want to share my own experience. I hope it would work for him. For myself, in order for me to naturally have respect in GuanYin, I contemplate on my stupidity as often as possible. And usually, if sometimes I forget, I cross my leg and sit. And when the pain comes, I realize how limited my ability is.
So sad. I hope it helps. Yes, DTT.
Tôi xin bổ túc một cái nữa là thầy trụ trì mới nhắc chúng ta là phải niệm cung kính đó. Tại sao mời cái hạnh Phổ Hiền Bồ Tát nhất giờ để kính chư Phật gì mà mình tụng mỗi ngày đó? Tại sao mà ngài đưa lên năm mà quên? Nhất giả lễ kính chư Phật. Lễ mà còn phải kính nữa mà năm mà quên chứ không để năm mà then. Tức là nó ưu tiên một cho cái người tu của mình đó. Lễ kính là số một, là quan trọng nhất trong cái cuộc đời này mà hành trình của mình. Tại gia xuất gia thì cũng phải vậy. Cho nên mời hạnh Phổ Hiền cái đó là đưa lên số một. Quý vị thấy nó quan trọng cỡ nào? Xin hết.
I just want to compliment on what Master just said. He reminding us to reside with a respectful mind. You see why in those 10 universal worthy vow and conduct, the first vow and conduct is to say that to bow and respect, bow and venerate the Buddha. So venerate and respect is very important. This is the first step in the path of you walking the way. Whether you are left home or lay disciple, the same thing, you know, the first vow is very important. That's all.
Okay, DTT.
Thank you, Master. First of all, I would like to say thank you so much from our families. Today, I went to the hospital with my niece who just had a baby, 8-week-old baby. And on Thursday last week, the baby had a lap draw. Her belly level was 1.4. Normally, it had to be below 1. And if it's anything more than 20%, then that means the baby might have a very severe condition of the liver that might need a liver surgery or a liver transplant. So knowing that, when we begin our GuanYin Qi on Saturday, right when we start the chanting, I received a call from her with the background crying like crazy, and she said, "Auntie, the baby have the lab work again today. It went to 1.9, which is 90% higher than the normal." Then I say, "Don't worry. Perfect timing right now. We have GuanYin Qi. Auntie will request the plaque for the baby." And then today, so the baby have to have a liver scan. And with that liver scan, she need to take a medication called phenobarbital. Usually that medication, we gave it to patient who have convulsion. But in the case of an 8-week-old baby, we gave that medication and then combined with the nuclear medicine, which is a radioactive medication that gives to the baby IV so that it can give a better contrast of where the bile flow in the liver to see where the blockage. And the miracle thing happened is when we went in there, start the IV, but the text say that if the doctor and the text say if the baby move too much and if we don't have the, can't get the clear image, then we have to sedate the baby. And I say, okay, we're gonna try our best. And I say, what can we do to help? I asked, may I please stay in the room during the procedure of the scan of the baby?
And they say, yes, both you and mom can stay. And then they say, if you have special technique to wrap the baby so that the baby can stay tight and not moving, that would be great. And I said, perfect. I'm a labor and delivery nurse. Wrapping baby is like piece of cake for me. So I wrap the baby with arm tight down to the side. And then when we put the baby on the scanner, the baby cry. So when babies start crying, then one of my concerns were like, oh my God, they might have to put the baby in sedation. So I cross my leg, and then I chant Medicine Buddha. When I start doing that, the baby stopped crying, but the head is still shaking, and the baby still kicking the leg. So part of the body, because of all that movement, it still have some motion in there. Then I told my niece, I say, Sabrina, do you have the Medicine Buddha mantra that Master chants? He said, Auntie, when I was pregnant, I always play both Great Compassion mantra and Medicine Buddha mantra, and I blast out the volume and I slap it on my stomach, and baby listened to it. I said, great, then play Master mantra. So she played Medicine Buddha, and the moment she played it, next thing I look at the baby closed the eye, gave a little smile, and the baby slept the whole time. So the procedure complete with the baby came out calm and peaceful. And then as we drove out of the parking, and then the result came back, I said, wow, that fast? And then she would say, Auntie, I'm so scared. I'm so scared. I'm willing to give part of my liver for my baby. And if the baby, usually if it came back positive, that means the baby need to have a surgery ASAP. And after 2 years, baby will need the liver transplant. So Sabrina said, I'm willing to give my liver if my baby need it, but I'm so scared that the baby have to go through all this stuff. And then I say, either way, we have to deal with it, Sabrina. Don't be afraid. Open the email, look at the result. So she opened the email, and it came back negative. So it was a very, very positive news, and thank you, Master, for the support and the chanting that you have brought peace to our family. Thank you.
But
Thank you, Master.
that's Medicine Master Dharma, not GuanYin. Wait until you do GuanYin.
But the thing is, during the time that she was pregnant, Sabrina listened to your chanting with Great Compassion mantra too. And she even told me, she said, Auntie, remember the day that we have GuanYin birthday? And the night before that, I said, what happened? And then she reminded me, she said, I remember I saw a lot of Buddha walking with the clothes is like gold and then diamond sparkle floating around. And in that group, there's also our master. And then we are standing on the side, and our team from Go Force, we cheer for master. We go, go master, go master. And she reminded me of that event in her dream in 2021.
2021. Gotta be the old abbot.
No, you. She saw you. Yes. Yes. Thank you, Master. Yes.
Thank you. That's wonderful. Congratulations. Yeah. Yes, in the back. 3.
Yeah, chào thầy. I have a story to share.
Yeah, let's share a story.
Okay. But it's related to connection with GuanYin.
Mm-hmm.
That's not...
Thank God.
Okay. So I'm going to read what I wrote. But I wanted to share because I 100% believe that GuanYin brought me to you and your Dharma, and for me to find you as my good knowing advisor. So I'm very thankful to her. She's very close to my heart. In fact, when I'm in her presence, I do feel a physical vibration in my heart space. Sometimes I feel like there's water running through it. So there's a lot of respect and a lot of connection there. So the story is that I was struggling with something, and I know you've taught us that usually when we suffer is when we start looking for help, and that's when we can be helped. So I was looking for ways to help me, and at that time I didn't really consider Buddhism or believe in Buddhism, but I felt like I was at my wit's end and I really needed some support. So I dropped that thought and I looked up how to ask GuanYin for help, and that's when I found your short on YouTube. Thank you, Peter, for putting it up there, and thank you, Master, for explaining it.
It wasn't you, was it?
We talked about it. It's actually your most popular short regarding GuanYin. But so when I found it, it was a very short, it was like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, but you told us that we can always call out to her and that she will help us. And you even said that, just call out her name. You can say GuanYin, you can say Guangan Botak, you can say GuanYin, the Korean one. Wanseum Busa. Or you can say, oh, Mom, please help. And it's on YouTube if you want to reference it.
Too colloquial. It doesn't sound like me.
But that's actually the reason why I was drawn to your Dharma, because it made me really feel like you humanized something that was very far away and mystical. GuanYin before seemed like this entity that was somewhere else. And when I asked her for help, I wasn't sure if she would help me. But for some reason, because you said that, it made me believe. It brought faith to my heart and made me believe that she is here and she is always around and she is always here to help us. So I believe that sense of closeness with her, even if it's viewed as like a mother or someone who is around to be there for us unconditionally, is something that really worked for me. And I'm so grateful for her because I found you as my good knowing advisor.
So Daniel is vindicated. Congratulations. Yes, there's another person here. 5.
Thank you, Master. Just to comment on Daniel's comment, he said the chanting is in Chinese, and he doesn't really speak Chinese. So I have 2 suggestions, and that worked really great for me, and that transcends the language barrier. One is to recite the Great Compassion Mantra. Mantra is not privy to any language. And the other is bowing.
Okay.
That worked really well for me.
You heard it here, Way Mountain Temple. Good luck to you. Yes, 9, there's a reply here.
I just want to thank Han and
Look at how much they care for you. More than GuanYin, your sister.
Yeah, that's true. I just wanted to say that my problem is not knowing my own limitation to Han. Is more that for some reason I just don't I'm gonna get better at it, but I just don't connect like all the miracles that GuanYin does for us.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Okay, very good. Anyone else? Very good. Okay, Let's continue.
So 遇到这个念观世音菩萨这种法门俺们不要空过要特别的恳切至诚念给观音菩萨。不过
So, we have encountered this Dharma door of reciting GuanYin Bodhisattva's name. We should not let it pass in vain. We must be especially sincere and earnest in reciting GuanYin Pusa.
我们念观音菩萨的时候不要净低着头念，要把头抬起来。
However, when we recite GuanYin Bodhisattva, don't just recite with your heads lowered. You should lift your heads up.
要有一种勇猛精进的精神，不要现出一种堆眉不振的那个样子来。
You must have a certain kind of spirit, one that is brave, fierce, and vigorous. Do not show a kind of appearance that is dejected and demoralized.
那么这个时候你一看你这么精神，观音菩萨就来手拉着手拉着你的手叫你说快跟着我走了。
So, at this moment, seeing how full of spirit you are, GuanYin Bodhisattva comes, hand in hand with you, takes your hand, calling you, and says, "Quickly, come and follow me."
就一步一步的，将来就会到西方极乐世界。
He says, "Hurry up and follow me." Then, step by step, you'll eventually arrive at the western land of ultimate bliss.
Okay. Backtracking with where we started in this section. Now you encounter this Dhamma door reciting the Bodhisattva's name. Should not let it pass in vain. Should not pass up this opportunity. It's very difficult for you to encounter this Dhamma door. And therefore, you spend big time. It costs even more than buying a ticket to the NBA finals. Okay, does it help? No. I'm told that the cheapest ticket for NBA final is like $500. It's way up in the bleachers.
That's because it's only in Oklahoma and Indiana right now. Yeah.
Right. Did you hear that they sold the Lakers? Our Lakers, $10 billion. Never mind. I'm always abreast of the news for your sake. Okay, so should not pass up on this opportunity. You should be especially sincere. You should be especially earnest and sincere when you recite. Okay. Right there is a recipe. Never mind about you understand or you want. What are you doing when you recite the Buddha's name? I want my sister. I want mommy. I want daddy. The instruction is very simple. Just recite, concentrate. Earnest is that Earnest is that you want to be earnest and sincere. That's all there is to it. There's no need to think. There's no need to understand. Just follow the instructions. You drove all the way here. You come to the temple. So the instructions, now you're here, just recite with earnestness or earnesty and sincerity. Is it earnesty? Okay, I'm making up things as I go along. Okay, so too much thinking. You're trying to understand too much. Okay, you should appreciate the fact that we're hearing the words from a great man who's experienced and who's trained so many great people already. Monks and lay people. And therefore, what did he do? He gave them the same instructions as here. Recite with sincerity, recite with earnestness. That's all there is to it. Okay? You don't need any excuse. You don't need to understand. Okay? Because if you try to understand, you miss out on the experience. Because if what this is designed to do is for you to experience the energy, the atmosphere, the environment, and that will leave a very deep impression in you. That's why when the time arises, those seeds, those great seeds will mature, and you feel like calling out to her for help. Okay? It's because you keep on coming here and you keep on processing, you keep on thinking and thinking and thinking. He says very simple, just recite with sincerity, in earnest. That's all. It's that simple. Does it help? Especially you Go Force people, too many explanations. Just sincerely recite, because this is a very special name. This is like a top secret Dharma that most people don't know how wonderful it is. And you should feel so lucky that you heard of it and you're here learning how to recite it. It's a fantastic opportunity. That's all there is to it. Okay. Yes, I have 3 here.
Hi, Master Amitabha. I feel so nervous to speak every time I grab the microphone. But Master, 2 days ago, I was telling you about the compassion. And the question inside of me was, do I know compassion? And you suggested something to keep practicing. And with everything going on right now, especially with Hispanic people, I will look at the news and it will hurt me so much how much people are suffering. And I wouldn't allow myself to truly feel, and I will feel it for those people that, are being separated from their children or their parents. And I think I was trying to contain not to feel their suffering because, first of all, I didn't know how to handle that. But in the morning today, so what you suggested, it was to feel their suffering. And in the morning, I actually was able to feel that. But I start crying, and it just came a lot of, a lot of pain. And I say, oh, this is a lot to feel the pain of so many people. How am I gonna do that? So, I'm really thankful that I have, that I know the temple, that I know you, and that I follow your instruction, and I under your guidance. So today I say I'll go to temple, and I'll be there even though my back is hurting a lot. And so I don't understand as well when I'm reciting, but you have mentioned to us to just hear it and also chant or recite it. And so I did that today because I didn't know how I was going to stop or handle all that suffering as it was coming to me. But something just told me that it was not coming to stay, the suffering. I just had to kind of like run through me. And once I start bowing and then going through the ceremony, something changed, and there was a lot of rushing thoughts. But as I continue, it start coming down until finally completely disappear. What I feel that I experience is that without me asking GuanYin to take off the pain or the suffering, actually I just continue reciting. I think GuanYin helped me to be able to allow that just suffering go through me, and eventually I was stable and I was not crying anymore. And I feel like GuanYin is not only compassionate, but he also makes us very strong. So thank you so much for the guidance. I appreciate, having this space. And also this retreat. This is the first time I actually come to the GuanYin. And it's been very transformative, very supporting, especially right now for me. So thank you so much. I just wanted to say that we don't need to learn understand it. It's just reciting. And then because we are collectively chanting and going through the ceremony, makes it very strong. So thank you so much.
Okay, YouTube.
선미님의 코멘트입니다. 참여합니다. 오늘 관음찬하고 조용히 연불하는 시간에 저도 줌으로 참여를 했었는데 음소거가 안 되어 있어서 제 소음이 모두에게 방해가 되었습니다. 앞으로 주의하겠습니다. 죄송합니다.
I want to repent. Today, I joined the ceremony, the silent recitation via Zoom, but I didn't mute myself, so I disturb others. I will be careful next time. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. Thank you for your comments. Too much thinking. Just in the same vein as the man at JC asked earlier. There's so much suffering, there's so many things going on right now. The world's in trouble, so many people are suffering. Yeah. Also, you think more about it. You're forgetting about the people in Ethiopia who are starving to death right now. Or the people who are in Syria, who have no food, their houses are destroyed. Okay, so there's so much suffering here. And yes, it makes you sad, it makes you concerned, and brings you down. I understand that. That's fine. But when you hear, when you are at the GuanYin Qi, okay, just concentrate on the Dharma itself. And at the end of this work here, all the work I put in, we will transfer the merit and virtue to all those people, among others as well. We help everyone. And that's the best way to deal with it. Instead of false thinking about, oh my God, the world is so much suffering. And we're so lucky we're here at GuanYin Qi, and so wonderful. Master Yonghua, such a great monk. Hint, hint. Too much thinking. What are you doing? Cut it out. What is that? Why do you get afflicted over these things? You're afflicted outside of the temple, I understand. You walk to the temple, you're still afflicted a little bit, I understand it. But as soon as we get started, drop everything. That's all you have to do. Cut it out. What are you doing? I'm so grateful that Master Yonghua is doing this for me. And how wonderful Master Z is without him, because Master Yonghua totally ignores us. He only comes to see us at night when it's cool and it's too hot in his house. What are you doing? Cut it out. Or what's happening in Iraq, what's happening in Iran and so forth. My God, they're doing what they're doing. What we're doing is generate blessings to help bring peace and help alleviate a little bit. That's all we can do. And you can do that better when you concentrate and not false think so much about all those things. There's a GuanYin Qi here. Forget about everything. Okay? Then that's how you can help them more. Because as I said, at the end, we give them all out to them, everything to them. That's all. Stop false thinking. And you say, I'm so compassionate. I'm such a good person. Jesus Christ. Excuse me. Come on. Cut it out. Just recite. If you're afflicted about it, drop the affliction. That's all you're supposed to do. I know it's unpopular to talk like this because it lacks compassion. Master has no compassion whatsoever. Damn right. When I'm cultivating, I have no compassion whatsoever. It's after. Losers. Never mind. Yes, one. You allow yourself to false think and justify, I should feel compassion. Who told you to be compassionate? We tell you the Dharma door is for you to recite GuanYin Bodhisattva, especially in earnest and sincerity. That's the instructions. What does it say? You should feel sorry for what's happening to Iran? Jeez, thinking too much. And someone else wants, I want to feel close to GuanYin before I can continue to recite her name. Jesus Christ. What's the matter with you? Just recite. Concentrate on reciting. Yes, one. You give yourself so many excuses to be distracted and be afflicted. Over what? You really are making me afflicted. Yes, one.
Thank you so much, Master. Just real quick on this, especially sincere and earnest, I have no idea what that means. I think it's truthful, but I think that it's sort of related to faith. My question is, when we recite GuanYin Pusa, are we actually calling to GuanYin Pusa every time? Is it not just saying the sound? Are we supposed to be like, GuanYin Pusa, GuanYin Pusa?
The Korean guy behind you, you know Taekwondo? Do you know martial arts? Can you do martial arts?
I cannot.
Punch him. Don't need the martial arts. Just
I can
make a fist.
punch it, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, make a fist and just punch the heck out of him. Thank you. Jesus. You're thinking again. You idiot. You keep on thinking and thinking and thinking. Just do what you're told and stop thinking. How many times I have to tell you? You try to understand, you try to justify why we're doing this. It has to make sense to you. It doesn't have to make sense to you. Just do it. If it's not, you don't know what sincerity is, earnest is, of course you don't. Just recite. Here, it says here, recite. Okay? GuanYin Bodhisattva, especially sincerity and in earnest. Okay? And you don't know what it is, and recite. And then eventually you understand. He said, you got to explain to me what it means to be sincere, that I need to be sincere. How do I be sincere before I recite GuanYin Bodhisattva? He says, his attitude all this time. He said, you got to explain to me before I'm willing to do it. Just do it. You lucky that I don't have any spiritual powers. I feel like punching you myself. Yes, DT. It's the same damn thing every time he asks a question. I've got to understand this before I'm going to do it. You hear?
A Di Đà Phật, con chia sẻ với đại chúng một cái kinh nghiệm nữa.
Time is up, old man. Tomorrow. Because he's going to take at least 10 minutes. Anyone else here? Quickly, 3. 3.
I am trying to quit cursing, so I got a red envelope. And every time I've been cursing, I put $5 in it. And then at the end, I'm going to give it to you. But I'm going to have to
what if I
$15 today.
Anyone else? Just do it, folks. That's all there is to it. Okay? And I'm sorry you had to go through your friend and brother, mother, and sister, whatever that thing. And this is what all you have to do. Hey, listen, folks. You don't want this Dharma door here. I'm going to try to minimize and tell you one is your brother and your mother and your daddy and whatever. Okay? Just recite her name with sincerity, with earnest. That's all you do. And don't you dare ask me what is sincerity, what is earnest. That's all. Just recite. And you recite long enough, they say, oh, that's what it means. Thank you, everyone. We stop here.